If you find yourself in Hamburg, be sure to visit the Hamburg Port Museum to see a historical sailing ship called the Peking, one of the last large cargo sailing ships that at the beginning of the 20th century was able to compete against steam and motor ships due to her speed, safety, and precision. On the internet you can find and take a virtual tour of the legendary four-masted barque. Named after the capital of China, Peking, a so-called flying P-liner of the German company Laeisz, was one of the last generation of cargo-carrying iron-hulled sailing ships used in the nitrate trade and wheat trade around Cape Horn. The Peking, 115 meters long and 14.4 meters wide with 32 sails on 4 masts, was launched in February 1911 and left Hamburg in May of the same year for her maiden voyage to Valparaiso. It proved its speed and loading capacity as a transport ship for the saltpeter from Chile, which was in great demand at the time. Saltpeter, sodium nitrate, from the Atacama Desert was used as a nitrogen fertilizer and in black powder production. In Iquique, Taltal or Megelones, the loading process took several weeks. 5,000 tons of saltpeter equivalent to 33 wagon loads had to be loaded in sacks. The sacks were hoisted on board from smaller ships with hand winches and stowed alternately along the length of the ship or athwartships in the hatches, in the shape of a pyramid, to serve the stability of the ship in a way that it prevents shifting of the cargo. Despite stormy journeys, the load was not allowed to shift. The Peking only reached its remarkable speed when the freight was positioned correctly. When carried out correctly, the stability of the cargo and ship was so good that even constant cruising in strong winds and high waves off Cape Horn did not cause the cargo to shift. The sea off the southern tip of South America is one of the largest ship cemeteries in the world with over 800 wrecks. Captains who circumnavigated the dreaded Cape on a sailing ship without an auxiliary engine, like the Peking, were accepted into the community of so-called Cape Hornier. Until the opening of the Panama Canal in 1914, the route was the cheapest way to get from Europe to the west coast of South America, despite all the imponderables. And the trip was worth it for the shipowner. With minimal loss rates of the safe P-liners and enormous profits from the sale of saltpeter, the risk was calculable. The black above-water hull of the Peking, underwater it was red, the waterline white. A triad of imperial German national colors was the shipping company's trademark at the time. The success of the flying P-liners, 65 of which were built, was based not only on the perfect teamwork of the 31-person crew but also on the reliable speed of the flying sailing ships. After the outbreak of World War I, she was interned at Valparaiso and remained in Chile for the duration of the war. Awarded to the Kingdom of Italy as war reparations, she was sold back to her original owners, the Laeisz brothers, in January 1923. She remained in the nitrate trade until traffic through the Panama Canal proved quicker and more economical. The increase in efficiency in steam and motor ships heralded the end of this success story.